Yo, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to another video here on Yash Games. In today's video, I'm going to be starting a new series on my channel here with my friend Kate, okay? She's more of one of my coworkers that I just recently got her into playing Smite. So Kate is a very new player to Smite, so she doesn't really know much of the mechanics behind it, so that's kind of the purpose of this series. The reason why I say she's kind of a new player is because she has past League of Legends experience. I understand that it's not Smite, but she has experience in the MOBA gaming. In addition to teaching my friend Kate how to play Smite, I'm going to take this opportunity to actually branch out my horizons and learn how to play new and other gods that I'm interested in. Now, my understanding of what this series is going to look like, it's going to be a very slow start, for Kate at least. There's going to be a lot of games where she's going to be dying a lot, and I'm not going to be dying very often, but that's just because she's trying to get more comfortable with the game that I've already kind of learned to love. With that being said, I did not want to make this series more of like, let me blow Kate out of the water every single time I play against her to make her better. This is the entire time that we were doing this, I was in a call with her, kind of trying to help her, walk her through step by step what I do think she should be doing. Introduction is out of the way, let's go ahead and just get into the gameplay here, alright? So as you can see, I am playing Camazotz and Kate is going to be playing Izanami. Now Izanami is the god that Kate feels most comfortable with, at least that's what she said. She hasn't really played too many gods, but this is the one that she's played and she is most familiar with, so that's the one I told her to go against me with. Now this is going to be a 1v1, so the early game is just pretty much going to be a farming game. We're both going to be clearing each other's minions, trying to get over leveled one another, and clearing jungle camps. Going into this match, I had thought that I was going to be the one who was at the disadvantage because I was the assassin, she was the hunter, so her clear is going to be far more superior to that of mine early game. Especially going up against a hunter like Izanami, whose one of her pros is in fact being a pusher. This little encounter that we have right here actually made me really reconsider that whole scenario. Sure, she's going to be able to push me, but once the minion waves are clear, it's going to be basically down to like 1v1 situation. Who's going to be able to put out the most damage? I had no idea what Camazotz was capable of, so after that fight, I realized this god has a true terror. He can put out so much damage with his abilities. And all I hear, like when Camazotz first was introduced, all I heard from a bunch of other YouTube videos, a bunch of people who played Smite PC, and like I said, I play Xbox and Smite, they all say that the same thing. Camazotz is an underpowered god with like more potential than what Tyrus has really given him, which I don't really know how true that is. I think he's a really awesome god. This is only my first game with him. After we played this game, we ended up doing a 3-3-3 joust. If you guys want to see that video, make sure you leave a like. And he handled pretty good in the joust, all things considered. One thing I do want to make a point of is his ultimate. Camazotz ultimate is a very difficult thing to hit. You know, you get 3 little swoops, you dive 3 times, and you deal damage every time you dive. When you dive, you kind of dash forward a little bit, so you kind of have to turn around to get the next dive if you're trying to hit one single target that's not running away from you. One more thing I figured out about his ult, other than the fact that it's really hard to hit, if an enemy is running away from you, it's an incredible chase tool. You move very quickly in your ult, and if they're just kind of running away, you just kind of dive 3 times to catch up to them, and then you can use one of your line abilities to secure the kill. One more thing I know about Camazotz is every single one of his abilities provides lifesteal, okay? So his leap, he eats every enemy, he consumes he gets some HP back for every enemy that he lands on, pretty much, when he finishes his leap. His 2 is a single target base damage attack. He'll hit whatever is in front, the first target that is hit in that line attack, and it'll kind of deal some damage over time, and he'll come back and restore some of his HP. And of course, he's got his passive where he kills an enemy god. They drop a little pool, and he can sit in his pool, restore mana and health. Now, as you saw right there, I was struggling to keep the minions out of my tower radius, so I was just kind of hitting them with my basic attacks. His cooldowns are really short, all things considered, for like early game assassin, but a little bit of cooldown reduction, especially for an ability-based gods, can go a long way. Went back to the fountain there just so I can pick up some more items. I think I had about 2.5k gold on me, so I kind of wanted to buy more items just so she didn't get an early lead on, like, as far as items go, and if I went back when she was actually in lane, it would give her a chance to poke at my tower. And here I am. I believe what I'm about to do is I'm about to just kind of take advantage of his passive and just kind of mark the mana camp here. At least attempt to. I missed it the first try, so I was just kind of sitting here and I just killed it because I thought I had hit it, but I ended up missing it and I hit like one of the smaller minions in the jungle camp. Also, it was giving me a little bit more stacks on my Transcendence, so it kind of can get me a little bit further ahead of Kate. One more thing I want to say about Camazotz's abilities, that little line attack where he kind of does, I believe it's called Screech, where he'll shoot the sound waves out in front of him. If it were to hit an enemy god, it's going to basically reflect back, and if Camazotz were to be hit by any one of those little sound waves, it gives him additional attack power for a short duration of time. And I'll show you where that can benefit you in an actual combat situation in a little bit here. Now I noticed here that Kate was playing a little bit aggressive and she was trying to get a kill on me, So I decided to just kind of do a little bit of damage to her. I didn't realize that his bat attack was going to do that much damage. And she ended up trying to escape and use the ult to catch up with her, use Curse, and secure to kill with my basic attacks. One more thing I like about Camazotz ult is the whole bird's eye view feel it kind of gives you. You kind of fly high in the air and you can kind of see everything below you. So if a god is trying to escape past a wall, you can kind of use it to look over wall and chase after him that way. Here I am back in the lane just trying to clear out some minion waves, kind of fall back for my minions because the archers were just kind of hiding under the tower and I couldn't really kill them that way. I used the Devour just to kind of get some more HP back off of the minions right there. This is a perfect example of what I was saying at the very beginning of the video was how I didn't want to be this whole series to be a complete blowout. I didn't really want to discourage Kate by taking her tower too quickly. I kind of let the minions do a lot of the work. I went back into the lane, just kind of cleared the minion wave, just so all my minions had to really worry about, like, hurt minion wave. This way, all my minions had to worry about was the damage they were taking from the tower. I'm falling back right here just so I can finish off Transcendence, because at this point, I do not have any cooldown reduction, so a little, like, getting Jotun's Wrath was just going to help me with, being able to spam my abilities a little bit more. Now right here, Kate was getting a little frustrated with, the game, so she just kind of sat there at her fountain AFK, just kind of let my minion waves just kind of push up. I didn't realize she was sitting AFK. I honestly thought she was buying items, so I was just kind of sitting there. I was like, I wonder where she is now. My minions are pushing her tower. Kind of walk past the outside of the tower's ring. I see her just kind of now exiting her fountain. I wanted to see if I could bait her away from her minion waves to maybe get her to secure a kill on her, and that's exactly what she ended up doing. She ended up sprinting after me and following me all the way back in the lane. I just kind of went back to my minions, hit her with my little Screech, and then we just had this little minion counter right here. She realized that my damage output was a little insane, so then she goes back underneath her tower before she lost too much HP. Now right here, I'm taking a look at the build because I noticed that her abilities weren't doing too much damage to me. She was really hitting me very, very softly, if that makes any sense. Her first two abilities, obviously she got Warrior Tabby, which I don't think is a bad item isn't on it whatsoever. She got Hate and Fatalis, just kind of helped chase after me. But then her third item was Mark of the Vanguard, which is a starter item that I think is more for warrior class gods if you're using it at all. So I basically just told her, hey, Kate, I don't think that's a really good item. You should probably trade that out for something a little bit better. I don't know, maybe. Now this right here was more of kind of a little bait tool. I was going to see if she would actually follow me into the damage buff and attempt to steal it from me. All my intentions behind that was just basically to mark the big jungle beast so I can get the benefit off my passive off of it. And what she ended up doing, she ended up following me in there and stealing the damage buff, which I gave her props for that. Even if I kind of intentionally let her steal it from me. Again, here I am marking the big jungle beast in my mana camp and moving back into the lane. I was a little scared that she was actually going to be at tower trying to deal a little bit more damage, but she was doing the same thing I was doing, except I was doing it to be a little bit more passive and give her a fighting chance. Meanwhile, she was just, honestly, she was telling me that she was scared. As you saw there, she just sprinted away. She didn't want me to catch up with her, I guess. I don't know. Now, what I ended up telling her was that what she was doing was a little risky, especially if this was a little bit more of a competitive gameplay. Obviously, whenever I play with Kate, she's always going to have me to support her there. Actually, before I continue, I just want to make a point of that right there. Yes, I know I missed that. I thought she was going to run into that line attack. That's kind of why I jerked her to the side, because I thought she was going to try to dodge it and swipe to the left there. Now, what I was saying before I kind of cut myself off right there, she's always going to have me to kind of help her out and get kills, so she doesn't necessarily have to worry about pushing waves, because I'm always going to be the one who will push waves with her. But that's XP right there. It doesn't matter if we're playing 1v1, a Conquest, the Joust. You need to be pushing those minions, because minions is what's going to allow the enemy to get into your tower and destroy all of your defenses and get to your Titan. I went back to the fountain right there to pick up tier 2 Hydras, because it got nerfed, not this patch, but the patch before this. So I haven't given it a try yet, but I did want to see what it had to bring to the table. And let me just say, I highly recommend you put Hydra's Lament on Camazotz. For one thing, it gives you some physical power, and it will also give you a little bit more cooldown. So if you give a combination of Jotun's Wrath plus Hydra's Lament, you're going to be blasting your abilities rapid fire. Combining all of that cooldown with Transcendence allows you to do just that. Transcendence is going to give you more than enough mana that you need to be able to just kind of shoot off your abilities as often as possible. Now we're approaching the point of the game where her push is going to be able to clear all of my minion waves, no problem whatsoever, okay? So even if she were to just kind of stay under her tower and just let my minions get in, she's just going to be able to... I'm not even let my minions get in, she's just going to be able to kill all my minions before they even get close to it. Now we just had a little awkward encounter right there. She is doing a ton of damage to me now, so that's good that she altered her build. It's not good for me because I was attempting to build all damage this game. Now, like I had said, you know, her push is becoming a huge issue, so I decided, you know what, I'm just going to go ahead and finish off this tower. I just can't be asked. I need to get that that gone if I'm going to win this game. So yeah, I finally cleared out, destroyed her tower, and then I fell back to go take the damage buff. More to, yeah, just so she couldn't get it, so she couldn't get the XP or the damage buff. I picked it up so my push could work a little bit more effectively and could actually clear minion waves with just one screech, as opposed to me having to go up there and basic attack it. Kind of came back in the lane to see if she was in the lane at all. When I noticed that she wasn't in lane and she wasn't in her fountain, she wasn't hiding under her phoenix, I wanted to go check out Bull Demon because, you know, it's Bull Demon. And it doesn't matter who you're playing against. If someone were to take Bull Demon, it's going to be a little threatening. Now, when I realized she wasn't here, I just decided, you know what, let's see if Camazotz can solo Bull Demon at this moment in the game, okay? I have a lot of items, I have damage buff, my build is pretty much complete is what I meant to say. I don't have a lot of items, and I'm pretty high level, and I absolutely just melted the Bull Demon. So if you're asking, can Camazotz solo Bull Demon? That is a yes. Now, if your question is when is he able to take solo Bull Demon, I don't know the answer to that. I know for a fact at level 14 he can take it by himself, but I don't know if he can do it any earlier. Now, I try to be a little sneaky there and jump over the wall and chase after. I missed all 3 of my abilities, so then I ended up just cursing her just so I can get some more damage on her. My basic attacks are hitting her for a ridiculous amount of damage. Pop into my ult just so I can kind of see where it is she was going, if she was going over the wall. All I need to do is just land one screech on her or any line attack on her, and I was able to secure a kill. So again, right there, I used the ult just kind of catch up to her. She wasn't able to get too far away because I did curse her, so her movement speed was crippled. So, I mean, I did have that benefit, that working for me as well. Just being able to kind of use the ult, not so much to do the damage, to just catch up to her, was perfect, actually. Now, what I didn't actually notice when I was playing against her is she ended up sprinting away, so the fact that Camazotz ult was able to keep up with her in her sprint was pretty impressive to me. Just kind of helping my point earlier about how his ult can be used as an incredible chase tool, not just a damage out, like a form of damage. Again, just marking a jungle beast just so I can get the advantage of my passive on it again. I don't know if it's a passive. I don't technically think that's his passive. I think like his 2 has its own passive on top of his normal passive. So technically Camazotz has 2 passives. Heading back to the fountain right there just so I can finish off the build. I believe I got Breastplate of Valor. Yes, that's what I got. I ended up getting Breastplate of Valor. I'm pretty sure I was at cooldown cap, but I just wanted to be sure, you know, more cooldown, right, the better. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at Kate's build. It's a very standard ADC build. She got the items in in the wrong order. I mean, there's really no set order, but if you're going to get Odysseus Bow, I would recommend getting that early game, just kind of help you get that early clear, because Odysseus Bow is meant to help you clear early game. It's not really, especially late at mid game. Your ability, especially abilities like Izanami, she's able to clear. Here I am just kind of diving in after her, trying to secure a kill. I was able to get the kill with his ult right there, as I was really hoping for, because I didn't want to like I didn't want to use it as a catch-up tool in that circumstance, because I knew if I didn't kill her with the ult, I was gonna have to, if I wanted to get the kill and I really wanted to be a scumbag about it, I could continue diving her into a Titan, which I don't know how effective that would have been, so I'm happy that I got the kill with the ult there. Again, marking another jungle beast, also using that to just kind of heal off of it, so because of my little encounter right there with Phoenix. I was going to return back to the base right there because, you know, I did just dive under Phoenix, so I figured I was going to have a lot less health than I really did, but his Camazotz heals are really nice, as you saw right there. I didn't really know if I wanted to take the damage buff right there at that instance, because I just felt like it was a little... like, if you just saw right there that little battle we had, I took her down in a matter of seconds. So, I mean, that was with the damage buff, obviously, but I mean, that's why I was just kind of hesitant if I should have taken it in the first place or not. Now, backing up and letting my minions do the damage to the Phoenix for, I have no idea what reason. I ended up coming to the jungle just so to kind of help them a little. Ultimately, this was a stupid decision. If I was playing a little bit differently and I wasn't playing against Kate, I probably would have been a lot more aggressive and actually been charging the Phoenix and the towers and not just kind of letting my minions destroy it. But you know, I'm trying to help Kate learn, and if I defeat her in like a matter of in a few minutes, I don't think that's really going to help her learn. It's probably going to turn her off from playing Smite. Backing up behind my minions, I was honestly doing this just to kind of see what her damage was looking like, how effectively was she able to clear the minions. That's why I didn't really kind of move up with them right there. And after blinking and realizing that all my minions were gone, I realized I'm going to have to finish this game really soon. Now here we are about to have a little battle here. She noticed that I have no minions, so she has the advantage of the minions in that regard. She had a really nice play right there. I used my the bat call to slow her, and then she ended up sprinting to avoid the actual slow effect. Now letting my 2 lonely minions push up to her Phoenix, and then she just kind of uses 2 basic attacks and they're gone. I hit her with a Screech. I was actually trying to hit the minion wave, but that one Screech alone hit her for half of her HP. Now, granted, she wasn't building any physical defense, so really, I feel like any ability from any god with the enemy having 0 physical defense would have done just that much damage, if not more. Now here I am hopping into her mana camp so that she can't get the mana XP off of it, and so I can mark it for my passive.